Lane Jarman with the English City News. Chowchilla, California made it into national headlines on July 15, 1976, when an entire school bus of children was kidnapped. 26 children and the adult bus driver were taken from the bus, which the kidnappers hid in a drainage ditch. The victims were driven around in 2 vans for 11 hours before being forced, one by one, to climb into a hole in the ground. After passing through the hole, the children and their driver found themselves trapped in the interior of a large buried truck, also called a moving van. Although they did not know it, they were located near Livermore, California, in the San Francisco Bay Area. By stacking 14 mattresses that were in the van, the bus driver, Ed Ray, and some of the older children were able to reach the opening at the top of the truck, which had been covered with a metal lid and weighed down with industrial batteries on top. They were able to wedge the lid open with a stick, and Ray was able to move the 2 100-pound industrial batteries on top of the lid. Ray and the boys then removed the remainder of the debris blocking the entrance. After 16 hours underground, they climbed out of the truck and walked to a guard shack nearby. The guard alerted the authorities, and all the victims were pronounced in good condition and returned home to find that the mass media had arrived in their town. Ray, the bus driver, was able to remember the license plate number of one of the vehicles when he was under hypnosis. This detail led to the capture of the kidnappers as they attempted to escape to Canada. A rough draft of a ransom note was found at the house of the owner of the property where the victims were buried. The owner's son, Frederick Woods, and 2 friends, Richard and James Schoenfield, were found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. After the children were safe, it was observed that some circumstances of the abduction were similar to details in The Day the Children Vanished, a story published in 1969. A copy of the story could be found in the Chowchilla Public Library. Police theorized that this was the source of the real-life kidnappers' inspiration.